Let's get started with Google Plus Hangouts. Now, if you want to learn about Hangouts, what they are, and what you have to do to make them work on your computer, this is the video for you. So let's get going. What are Hangouts? Well, there's three kinds of Hangouts. There's messaging, there's video calls, and there's Hangout on Air. And we're going to talk about all three of them. Let's start with the very first one. The newest member to the Hangout family is called messaging. And that's where you type text. And you can message things back and forth between you and another person or a group of people. It's kind of like a group chat. And it's the newest edition. It's something we're not going to go into a lot of detail in this particular video, but there's other ones that I've got that you can watch for that. The primary thing that we're going to look at are the video calls or the Hangout on Airs, and those are the traditional Hangouts that we've known for quite a while, at least some of us. So when you're starting with your messaging area, it keeps a history so you can go back and see it later. You can also turn a message into a video call. So that's the next thing we're going to take a look at. It's what most people have called Hangouts. Now we're calling them Hangout Video Calls. And what they are is it's a private video chat. It's between you and a friend, you and a lawyer, or you and a doctor, or you and a business coach. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you could do with it that's just one-on-one, but you can also expand it. You can have 2, 3, 4, up to 10 people inside this video call. So there's tons of ideas how you can be very efficient, and it doesn't matter where the people are physically located. They could be across the world. As long as they have access to the internet, you're good to go. And it's all free. It's given to you by Google inside Google Plus. Pretty cool. The next thing we're going to look at is when you want to go beyond just this one-on-one chat that nobody's seeing except the people on the inside and do what's called a Hangout on Air. And that is a show. It's a live broadcast video that streams live through YouTube. And by the time you're done, it automatically makes a video for you on YouTube. Pretty cool. Okay, so that's a Hangout on Air. It's a live broadcast. It goes like you have your own TV network. It's just amazing what you can do to spread your message. So there's tons of ideas. I'm sure you'll come up with some of your own. But to do all of these, you need to set up a Google Plus account and download a little bit of software. So we're going to walk you through those steps coming up right now. In order to use Google Plus Hangouts as efficiently as we need to, we're going to need to set up our own Google Plus account. And to do that, let's do it the quick and easy way and go right to google.com. So if you're at google.com and you see the plus U in the upper left corner, go ahead and click on that. And that takes us to the next screen where we can create an account with this big red button. So go ahead and click on it. That brings us here. We're going to use a fictitious name of a person named Susan Sample. She's going to help us along our journey of using Google Plus and Hangouts. And we're going to put in an email address for her. It's going to be Susan Sample and see what happens. And like I thought, Susan Sample's already taken. So what we're going to do is either choose from these silly suggestions down there or type something on our own. Like I'm going to type in Susan Sample 321 and that works. So then we fill in the rest and let's scroll down the page a little bit. We're going to check the top box which says you agree to the terms of service and then click the blue button that says next. So I'm moving along quickly because I figure you can fill in the rest of that stuff. So let's click next step. And then we come to this page here. We're going to click in the upper right corner. And I want to get you used to clicking in the upper right corner on these Google products because there's a consistency there. It allows you to click and get other stuff. So let's go ahead and click on the email address. And up pops this particular thing. We can go to the account settings, but we're going to just jump right here to where it says Join Google Plus. So click on that. And now we're on our way. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the 3-step process shown on the left side here. Upgrade, add people, and be awesome. So let's do the upgrade part. It's automatically filled in all the stuff that we need for now. So we're going to click on the upgrade button on the bottom. And then it says, hey, we're going to find some people that you know on Google+. Well, I'm going to skip over that for now and just click on the blue button. And that warns us. It says, hey, you're going to be lonely. It's better with friends. Well, I don't care at this point. I just want to get to doing Hangouts. So I'm going to click continue anyway. And then try some more. It says, okay, how about following these people? And at some point you say, okay, fine, I'll do it. And you click a couple follow buttons. But for now, I'm going to click continue on the bottom. And it says one more time, you're going to be lonely. And I say continue anyway. And now we're to the point where we need to do something about our picture. See this big blue head thing here? That's what they're called, blue heads. When someone's a blue head inside a social environment like Google+, that means they're new or they don't know what they're doing. So it's a good idea to change that out. So let's do that. We can click on the red button that says snap a photo if we wanted to take a picture right from our webcam, or most of you will likely have a picture of yourself that you want to upload. So let's click upload a picture or an image. It should be at least 500 by 500 pixels. Literally the minimum is 250 by 250, but 500 by 500 is better. So let's click on upload an image, and we're going to click where it says select a photo from your computer. And I've already found one quickly just to move it along. We're going to move this box up and resize it a little bit so it's focused on a face, because that's important. There's an SEO reason for that, and we can talk about that another time. Down in the bottom left, it says set as a profile photo. So we're going to click on that, and there we go. It's now, this is what it says, how you will appear to others. Note in the upper portion we still see the blue head. It's because we're not finished yet. We do need some other things to do. We need to do some other things. We need to type in the employer name, the job title, and this kind of stuff. So go ahead and add that in. Now it shows us here a little bit better. This is more like what we want to see. We're inside a social environment. So we'll click in the bottom called Finish, and now we're inside Google+. Pretty cool, huh? So now, on the left edge, you see the word Google+. You see a bunch of things you can do, but what we're going to do is, again, focus in the upper right corner, and I want you to see there's your profile picture now. We're going to see the name Susan Sample. It doesn't give you the email address anymore. It's just your name. And let's click the drop down. Click on the picture. It drops down. We see the option to view the profile. So that's what I want you to do. Click on View Profile, and now we're inside a special area inside Google+ called the Profile. There's your name. We're in our posting area, so we see our posts, and we're ready to start doing a Google+ Hangout. And you'll see that down on the bottom here where it says Share What's New. We've got the ability to start a Hangout. So since we're inside Google+ and we have that ability to start a Hangout, let's go ahead and do that. We're on our profile page. We click on the Hangout button, and here's what pops up. It starts loading up the Google+ Hangout interface, and eventually you get this. Oh, we have to install a plugin. Because this is brand new for your computer, you're going to need to install a plugin. If you've already used some of the stuff before, you may not need to, so you might skip past this. So we're going to install it. Now that was quick. Okay, we're going to click close, and it brings us to the point where we are starting our Hangout video call. At this point, we need to do a couple things. Actually, the main thing we need to do is invite someone, and we're going to invite ourselves because we really want to do this alone. We want to hang out by ourselves alone. That's one of the best ways to get started getting comfortable with the Google+ Hangout tool. So let's click here, and we can type in our name, but when our name is brand new like this one was, it's better to type in your email address because that then connects the dots. It lets you help, or lets Google+ find your profile. So let's click on the name, send an email to. It then eventually figures out, oh, this is Susan Sample. So then we're going to go up to the top where it says what's on your mind, and let's just for grins type in my first hangout. That's something you might want to do for others to see, but this is going to be a private hangout. Actually, we'll invite somebody else in, a special guest. You'll see in a minute. So we're going to type in my first hangout and then click share. Now we are actually inside the Hangout interface, and you'll see your live video in the bottom. It's going to be live. You can move around. This is a screenshot, that's why it's not moving. And also Susan Sample looks a lot better than me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Susan Sample, and that puts a blue box around her. It not only puts a blue box, but brings her picture to the main window, and that's important that you know what we're doing. We're going to talk about this blue boxing in just a minute, but that's a way to bring focus to whatever you want to see into the main window. So now let's go to the upper left corner and click on the apps. We have Hangout apps on the side. We're going to click on the one that says Invite People, and just click once, and it brings you to this place where you can then invite more people, similar to inviting ourselves the first time. So we're going to click where it says Add Names, and we're going to type in Ronnie Bincer, that's me, and we're going to invite Ronnie into the Hangout. So we're going to click once, it adds the address chip, then we're going to click where it says Submit, and it makes an alert tone, and you'll see a little message in the upper left that says Invitation Posted. All right, now we're waiting for Ronnie. He should show up down in the bottom. These things on the bottom are called thumbnails, and they live in what's called a film strip. Oops, there he comes. At first, all we see is the profile picture. Then eventually we see the video of Ronnie. So, but we're only seeing it in that little picture again. So why are we seeing it that way? It's because we have blue boxed or pinned ourselves. So we unblue box ourselves by clicking on ourselves again, and now you see the other person. Normally you'll see the other people in the conversation, not yourself. If there's two people in the conversation, you'll always see the other people, unless of course you blue box yourself. If there are multiple people in the conversation, what you're going to see is whoever's talking. So it's based on the sound, unless, of course, you blue box yourself. Now look at the bottom again. I want you to notice that when the cursor's over a thumbnail image down there, it tells you the name of the person, Susan Sample. That's really handy when you're trying to remember who's in this Hangout, what their names are. Move the mouse over to the other side, Ronnie Bincer, and you'll see his name. So that's just a wonderful way to use some of the extra tools that are inside the Hangout. Now, there's a lot more to it, but we're needing to move along so that we can do other things with our Hangouts inside Google+. So let's move our cursor to the upper right corner where there's a little icon that shows a picture of a telephone hanging up. We're going to click on that, and then we are gone out of the Hangout. We're back to our profile page. Okay, so now I want to show you another part of Hangouts that's relatively new for right now, or depending on when you're watching this video, maybe it's been around a while. And that's in the upper right corner. I move my cursor over to the green quote thing, click on it, and it opens up what's called Hangouts. This is the Hangout panel or the Hangout sidebar. You'll see sort of a history of the Hangouts that you've been in. And at this point, it's a brand new account, so we only see one thing, and that's you were in a video call with Ronnie Bincer. When you mouse over it, it pops up, and you can choose to add Ronnie to your circles, which, by the way, is a wonderful thing to do. Or if you click on it, it opens up this other little thing, this window, and you can choose to start another video call, or look at the very bottom, and it says send a message. So you could type in a text message there if you want. I want you to notice another part of the Google Plus Hangouts, and that's in the very bottom where it says Hangout Party. You move your mouse over that little arrow, and it pops up, and then you can choose to start a Hangout Party. Now, what's the difference between a Hangout Party and a regular Hangout video call that we were just in? Not that much. In fact, it's not enough that we're going to talk about it. So it's about the same if you start a party here as if you had clicked on the Hangout icon. There's some other differences, but they're not worth going into right now. So that was it. We have gone in and started our Google Plus account. We started our first Hangout video call. If you also need to know how to figure out how to set up all your accounts and get everything working for that live public broadcasting thing called Hangouts on Air, go ahead and click right here. That'll take you to the next video in the series, or click on the link in the description area. Or you can add me, Ronnie Bincer, by clicking there to your circles in Google+. That'll help you keep up with everything coming up with Hangouts and Hangouts on Air. Ronnie Bincer, the Hangout Helper here.